block from Tibayan on that attack.
Back to Adamson. Jimenez with that back set.
The Philippine Coast Guard defense, solid blocking coming from the orange shirts. One more try.
Good net defense by the Generals.
Almodiel scoring through the blockers. Eusebio Pumalo sent up.
Set up job ni Marco. Combination play. And they're up 5-0. Lasal on the attack. Combination again.
UST ready for it. Then the drop.
And that's another successful hit coming from Camposan.
Coverage was good. But look at San Andres.
And coming into this match, basically finishing their assignment here in the preliminaries. And these two teams already out in the running. But who's going to go home with that win? As they say, when you play your last game and you come up with the win, still a very, very big consolation. Benji Santiago here with Mosh Cruz, and of course NCBA will take on VNS. It's our next match as we, of course, continue with our coverage of Spikers Turf 2019 Open Conference. Hello, Mosh.
Hi, Benji.
Ready for some exciting action to happen between these two teams. Of course, pride is still at stake here.
Definitely, VNS and NCBA lost in their game versus IEM. VNS in 4 sets while NCBA in 3. Now, this is going to be their last game, and we are certain that they're just going to enjoy this game and store whatever lesson learned in this conference.
Lessons learned, of course, a learning experience, especially for NCBA Wildcats, as we just had a chance to take a look at Pool D in the playoffs bracket. Of course, the quarterfinals, the cast is already complete. There was this matter of actually coming up with some games that's playing a very important role. Are you going to be going twice to beat advantage? But basically, Signal will take on Ateneo Signal with a twice to beat advantage. Perpetual will take on PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Perpetual with twice to beat advantage. And Philippine Air Force will take on PLDT. Oh boy, the list goes on and on. Meaning, we are looking forward and ahead to this very exciting quarterfinals to happen here for Spikers Turf, Mosh.
Definitely an exciting part of this conference is the quarterfinals since, you know, we eliminated a lot of teams here in the preliminary round.
NCBA lost to IEM in straight sets. Gabutero came up with a performance of 11 points and Oclima with 8 points. But that's what we have been saying here. They are truly going to relish the memory of their participation here for Spikers Turf.
NCBA, very low numbers for them in that specific game, and they are still young players and a lot of time to improve and develop their skills.
The things that they have learned here, it's most probably going to carry on. If they decide to continue their participation, most probably they will in the upcoming conferences of Spikers Turf. Well, over at the other side, of course, VNS against IEM. This has turned out to have a different result.
VNS played at the same level with IAM in terms of percentage. 41 attacks, 6 blocks, 3 aces, and 31 errors. But what VNS missed in that game were the numbers from Utupo and Merat, only 6 and 5 respectively.
Well, there's just going to be a lot of enjoyment watching this match between NCBA and VNS. And, of course, the introduction of the officials and the players in just a little while.
Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Rene Gaspilio, and second referee, James Oliver Mora. Let's now meet the starting 6 from the VNS Volleyball Club Griffins. Let's start off with jersey number 1, Gregory Jordan Utupo. At number 6, Jeremy Merat. Number 7, Adrian Rafael Imperial. Number 11, RJ Alcina. Number 16, Chris Bernard Dumago. And number 18 is Jason Sarabia. With starting libero, number 22, Miguel Nasol. And head coach, Ralph Ocampo. Starting libero is number 10, Jonathan Cedric Eugenio. Let's now meet the starters from the NCBA Wildcats. Let's start off with the team captain, jersey number 6, CJ Oclima. At number 3, Daryl Valenzuela. Number 7, Jomari Albert. Number 8, Macloyd Gabotero. Number 10, Baden Pabalate. And number 16, McLean Rohel. Starting libero is number 2, Kimuel Valmoria, with head coach Ernesto Balabar Jr. This is match number 57 of the preliminaries from Pool A. Good luck to both teams.
All right, the starters for VNS Phoenix Volley Masters. The fun begins right here. Jason Sarabia is right there. Of course, Chris Tomago, very familiar. Jeremy Merat. And of course, there's also Imperial and Eugenio will be their libero as part of the starting unit here for VNS Volleyball. And over at the other side, NCBA Wildcats. So Gabotero is going to be starting along with Oclima, the two outstanding players in the previous match. And what lessons they have learned here, what experience they're going to be telling each other, and what have they gained. And we're just about to start with this match. Once again, we are One Sports, Benji Santiago, Mosh Cruz, for the coverage of this one for all your enjoyment. And we've already made mention that the cast for our quarterfinals, they're already complete, they're all set, and that's going to be coming your way pretty soon here. In fact, I think the last day of our preliminaries will be happening this coming Thursday.
Yes. Only 3 games in the preliminary round, and then we will be heading to our quarterfinal round.
And that's going to be something to look forward to with a lot of excitement from all the men's volleyball fans here. Jomari Alver, right now, serving. 1-0 as of the moment. Now it's 1-all. Jeremy Merat getting the first point for his team.
Down the line attack for Jeremy Merat. Now, he did not play very well in their last game against IEM, only 4 sets. We were expecting actually a 5-setter game between VNS and IEM because both of them, they are looking for that second spot in their pool. But VNS bumitaw na lang sila sa dulo and they did not get that 5th set.
Still to have their heads up high at the end of this match, of course, NCBA Wildcats. This is also something else. I mean, I would like to congratulate basically like the sports director of NCBA coming up with programs like this. They got the team for men's volleyball, and it adds to what exactly is in store for the future for NCBA.
That is right, because if you are a collegiate player, going up against strong players and strong teams, it is going to be a boost in your confidence, or you will have that someone to look up to, that I want to be like that someday when I develop my skills, when I will be able to be in my peak. So for them, NCBA, I mentioned earlier, they are still young and a lot of things to move forward to.
And how many times have we heard when you want to be the best, you play the best. And if they're headed in the right direction. Also, basically the same thing for VNS here. They might have actually started their campaign here kind of late as compared to the other teams. But what have they shown here is actually excitement for their supporters, their management. And that's also a good thing. It always looks promising here. Pretty soon they're going to be up there, VNS.
Actually, for VNS, they had a great start here in this conference with the addition of Merat, Utupo, and, Sarabia.
Yep.
And a lot of players actually, they're playing for VNS right now. Pero kasi ang didikit din ng laban nila, Benji, and they did not get those games.
Some breaks not just going their way. They also have a lot to learn. And they have gained it here, joining Spiker's turf. It's an ace for Jeremy Merat. It's now 6-3 for VNS. This is set number 1. And Merat is also one of the most promising players that we have here, especially with that power on his service. His size could also be an advantage.
Yeah.
Taking a look at this.
Drop
Attack
ball.
for Oclima. So they're beginning to learn, like finding ways to get that ball over blockers.
That is right. He made it through. And ginantian naman ng VNS agad. A drop ball coming from VNS.
And this is Utupo serving. Easy over for NCBA. Imperial sets it up for Domago.
Oh, that is in. The point will go to NCBA. VNS did not even move to get that ball. They were expecting that one to go out.
At least NCBA here is not showing that they're at all intimidated by VNS. Coming up with that block, getting the point. 5 serving 7. Here comes Jason Sarabia right there in the middle with a drop.
Very good decision by Sarabia. No defense for NCBA yet on that one.
Take a look at this play one more time against 2 blockers, avoiding those arms. And it's now 8-5 going into this technical timeout. Set number 1, VNS with the lead.
Kung nasa ilalim ako ng net, di ba dapat nasa blocking end ako? Asa na naman yung tulong? O i-compose nyo lang yung sarili nyo. Pagbalik doon, kung gusto nyo makuha yung set, kailangan dire-diretso yung trabaho. Saka plano na yung gagawin. Let's go.
Rally Shortcut!
And so we continue after the first technical timeout here in the first set. It's an 8-5 lead for VNS, and they're serving with Jason Sarabia right now. Service area, but he serves it right into the net. He apologizes.
VNS is playing kind of relaxed here in this first set. So they need to have that energy for this game to be fast. Dahil ngayon ang bagal ng transition both for VNS and NCBA.
I've already made mention that pride is also at stake here for these 2 teams. They want to be able to have that smile on their faces right after this, their last assignment here in the Open Conference.
And hindi rin biro, Benji, yung 5 games na nilaro nitong NCBA and VNS here in this conference.
Totoo yan. They met some real tough challenges. We're so familiar with some of those other teams who have already managed to get themselves in the quarterfinals. And I'm pretty sure that they have played here in the preliminaries. They're still going to be taking a closer look at what's going to be happening in the quarterfinals. And the most valuable thing there, learn from them.
That's why we combined, the club teams and the collegiate teams. It's because of the experience and kung ano yung matututunan pa ng collegiate teams to carry on in their collegiate leagues.
When you're starting, there's nowhere to go but up. A 10-7 lead for VNS here. Pabalata did not get through those blockers.
Solid timing from Merat on that one, and Sina.
The 11-7 lead for VNS. Gabotero, the reception is a problem.
Communication as well. No one said mine in that one. Easy over na sana for NCBA, Benji, but no one talked. So dalawa silang kumuha ng bola, and that resulted to an error.
We're going to listen in again to NCBA in this timeout.
Binigyan nyo pa ako ng misreceive. Pagka loose ball, galing sa loose ball, talaga ba dapat ibaon ko yung palo? Ganun ba talaga yung pinapractice natin? Loose ball, walang magandang first ball, di ba? So expect na naka-establish yung block. Eh bakit ako babaon? Di ba ako pwedeng magpa-check? Gumamit ng mga kamay?
All right. Just firing his boys, firing up his boys, not firing his boys. Sorry. Firing up. Okay. They're down 7 to the 12 points that VNS have already erected right now. Service error will pave the way for NCBA to serve and still to continue playing catch up.
Coach Ernesto also reminded his players about the basic techniques of volleyball when you are attacking. Hindi naman dapat na talagang laging may power o laging mong i-DDN. You can have that option to just have the check ball or, you know, over the blockers.
Baka may opening for assistant coach.
I think their school is far.
Sa Fairview ito, if I'm not mistaken.
So I am from the south, so it's going to be a far
I
view
know.
school.
Habalate serves a good one here for NCBA. Topo with that attack. The dig for NCBA. Rodell. How about that cross-court attack? And VNS failing to get that ball over. So NCBA closing in.
Rodell doing what a coach told him to do. That was just an off-speed. So hindi nakuha ng VNS.
10 serving 13. Set number 1 here.
Service error for NCBA. If you are looking for that points, unforced errors are really not advisable, especially if naghahabol ka and you know, VNS, if they get things going, talagang aakyat yung laro nila because right now they are very relaxed.
Kind of raw in a way, but of course they're young. School-based team, NCBA Wildcats. Rodell. Tumago with the dig over at the other side. Jason Sarabia trying cross-court, went wide.
Overcooking that attack from Sarabia. Not the timing that he wanted.
Daryl Valenzuela is at the service area. 11 serving 15. 3 attacks already registered here by Daryl Valenzuela. Sarabia looks up that ball and Merat went for it. Imperial sets this one up for Utopo. Then Jason Sarabia just tipping it over to the less expecting NCBA Wildcats. Looking at this. Make it simple. Don't sweat it out hard yet. This is just the first set. VNS leading 16-11. All right, welcome once again on coverage of the preliminaries for Spikers Thrift 2019 Open Conference. It's these two teams' final assignment going up against each other. VNS with Jeremy Merat, who has to be replaced here by their team captain, Jewel Asia. And Miguel is also fielded in here for VNS, with Coach Ralph Ocampo. Jewel Asia serves a good one here. Oklima going for that attack. Oh! Asia and Miguel just looking at each other.
Right there for VNS. Now, a good attack from NCBA on that one. You see, Benji, kapag nakuha sila ng magandang first ball, they were able to execute their play properly.
That's like basic is what their coach actually have been constantly reminding them. And this is Balabar Jr. All serving 16 here. Jewel Asia going to Jason Sarabia. Molly was able to lift that ball up. Ball still in play here. Sarabia. He got the line. Net touch is called against NCBA.
Now NCBA needs to control their unforced errors, especially the net violation. Because they are trying to activate their net defense. Now kapag nag-net touch sila, nasisira kasi yung momentum na binibuild sana nila.
Greg Atupo serves it into the net. And for NCBA Wildcats, Hale will go out. Comes in Gaspi. Kevin Harold Gaspi at the service area. 13 serving 17 here in set number 1. Jualasia with a nice set. But somehow went long.
That's going to be out for Miguel. And no touch from NCBA.
Matthew Miguel coming off the bench. Unable to deliver in that sequence. NCBA closing in once again. Down by just 3 points. It's NCBA. Oklima with a running attack. Sarabia just tipping it easily over. Surprising once again, NCBA.
That is the second time that Sarabia did that. And again, NCBA was not ready for that one. Kala nila isa-set pa ni Sarabia kay Miguel yung bola.
For one thing, he's the tallest player on the floor right now. VNS. Umago. Pabalate. Good dig. But it just went out for Greg Otupo.
Pabalete with that powerful attack cross court that killed that ball. And VNS was not ready. So sila naman hindi naging ready sa malakas na palo neto ni Pabalete.
CJ Oklima. One of their finest. Serves an ace.
Service ace for NCBA. Now, kailangan nila yung ganyang break para gumanda lalo yung movement nitong NCBA.
16 serving 18. They're just down by 2 points now. NCBA with a golden opportunity. Maybe to tie it up, get even closer here. That ball is still up. Pabalate goes for it. Quick awareness on this part to retrieve it. Pabalate trying to go back row. Chuck ball. They get the point. NCBA is just within 1.
Net touch violation, but still there was a touch from the blockers of VNS. So that point clearly is for NCBA.
Getting the breaks. A chance to tie it up. Oklima serves another good one. Jualasia with his set. Oh, Domingo. How do you like that? Every point is a celebration for NCBA. And Coach Ralph Ocampo needing to talk to VNS, his team here. What's going on? Let's listen in.
Ganun lang kadali. Wala na magandang receive. 4 points yun, oh. Game tayo. Magandang atake tayo, ha? Kulang, habol tayo.
Hey, Dennis!
Napalakpakan yung boom mic. Ouch!
Hinahanap pa namin kung sino yung pumalakpak.
That was Coach Ralph, actually.
It was?
The boom mic was so close. Anyway, 18 all here. There's a lot of things turning out to be wonderful here for NCBA Wildcats. A chance now to take the lead.
Gumaganda yung net defense itong NCBA. Natatimingin nila na maayos yung attackers ng VNS. Just like that, VNS, they're stuck at this point. Hindi pa sila nakaka-score. And NCBA tuloy-tuloy pa rin.
5 straight points here for NCBA Wildcats. Nothing much that Matthew Miguel can do about that. He got blocked. They were ready for him.
This should be the wake-up call for VNS. Because kanina pa sila relax. You know, we know how these players are playing, Benji, kung gano'ng kapasidad nila for a strong attack, pero hindi pa rin nila ginagawa. I'm talking about VNS.
Combination play here. Pabalate making it a 2-point lead right now for NCBA.
Through the blockers of VNS, Pabalete getting that point for NCBA. Ang ganda na agad ng start nito ni Pabalete nung pinasok siya ni Coach Ernesto, and he is delivering very well.
Well, Kareem has been spending a lot of time in that service area. Things are turning out well here for NCBA until the Jerry Merat attack.
Jeremy Merat with that speedy attack. Look at that ball, went straight to the floor.
Imperial. Turned out to be an ace here for VNS.
And again, with that communication needed by NCBA in this game.
Even at 20, here in the first set. Valenzuela trying to be quick about it.
Slowed down by the blockers of VNS, but no one from VNS on the floor got that one. The blockers slowed that one, and it was good for NCBA.
James Balneg responsible for that point to give them back the lead here. Alver sent back in. Jean-Marie Alver at the he started this match actually for NCBA. Imperial with his set. A block by Daryl Valenzuela.
Very well read by NCBA. Kanina pa gumagana itong net defense nila, and yun yung magandang break na nangyari dito in this first set for NCBA. Kung early in this set din nila yung nagagawa, but mid-set nakapag-adjust sila, and now they are off.
Mongo with a cross-court set. Merat. All over for NCBA. VNS now setting up their play here. For Domago, point off the block.
Domago making sure that Pabalete is going to touch that ball out of his attack.
Julius Anthony Thioson to serve. 21 serving 22. Serves of an ace.
Saw that hold in the court of NCBA, and no one moved to get that service from Sioson.
Sioson serves again.
Another good serve from him.
VNS right now with this combination play. Tupo, that ball is still up. It's still in play. Pabalate miscalculating that attack.
That was too low at that time from Pabalete, and he wanted to get that trajectory na patusok, pero it was too late for him.
Puntos ulit. Pag naagaw natin ito galing sa atake, sa magandang receive, syempre. Kumilos ka ng paa mo, hindi mo makakabit yung bola sa tamang lugar kung hindi gumagalaw yung paa, di ba? Kita mo yung binigay mo kay Lloyd, okay naman, napakalayo sa antena. O, ang kailangan ng isang tibay.
They're seeing their chances here. Very good for NCBA Wildcats, most probably, to take the first set. They're just down by a point here. Daryl Valenzuela, been the leader in distributing actually the numbers necessary here for NCBA Wildcats. But VNS is up by 1 right now. To get them into set point here for VNS. Good dig here, Imperial. Setting up Merat, who got blocked.
That net defense, once again for NCBA, Valenzuela was there for that attack from Merat, and no coverage for VNS.
They're just playing with a lot of fun in their hearts. Now Sol, now Imperial. Merat tries again. This time he won't be stopped.
That just making sure to get that point for VNS, making up for his error earlier.
Set point for VNS. RJ Alcina serving for the set. One-hand set by Alver. The dive by Imperial. Alver. Vogel. It's out.
That is going to be out off the block from VNS. And NCBA getting the breaks that they really need in this game.
Let's see this one more time. Ooh, that was close. From that angle, we could not really tell. But of course, they made the call already. Extended set. In the first frame. VNS, second set point.
Sarabia has a high percentage in this game. Whenever nahawakan niya yung bola, he makes sure to get a point. Kung kanina puro drop balls, but on that one, power tip yun sa gitna ng NCBA.
Try a quick play, NCBA. And Rogel, this time successful with that cross-court attack.
No one was home for VNS to get that attack from Rogel. Cross-court attack with the power. Iniwasan niya yung blockers. Sarabia was not able to touch that ball.
Celebration of every point for NCBA. Joust. Alver setting up Rogel again.
Sarabia saying, not this time, not the second time around.
Third set point here for VNS. Well, you got nothing to lose. You just pour your heart out. Give it all you got. And that's why this is happening. An extended set in the first frame. Merat, that's going to be power-packed.
Merat finishing the set with a powerful attack. Ito yung hinahanap natin kanina pa for VNS, Benji. Those powerful attacks from Merat, Otoko, Sarabia, si Dumago. But VNS played really relaxed in this first set. While for NCBA, they played good. Ang ganda ng net defense nila as well as their floor defense.
The message here, separation of the men from the boys. 27-25 in 25 minutes. VNS taking the first set. Well, one thing about Spiker's turf, we never run out of surprises. 27-25 in the first set for VNS.
And looking at the numbers, VNS had 14 attacks, 4 blocks, 4 service aces. and just 8 errors. These are good numbers, but NCBA were able to produce the same kind, 11 attacks, 5 blocks, only 1 service ace, but the errors, they also minimized that. Now in the first set, ang haba ng laro, Benji, that is because the movement of NCBA and VNS, parang nagkakapaan pa sila. Hindi pa nila alam kung paano ilalaro yung isa't isa. Now let us see in the second set kung ano yung adjustments na gagawin, especially for VNS, because NCBA, they showed a good mindset in the first set.
The thing that's really going for NCBA is they went toe-to-toe with VNS in that first set. And now most probably the whole realization that you cannot just take NCBA for granted here.
Because even though they are at the bottom of the standings in their pool, lumalaban din talaga tong NCBA. Hindi nila nilalet go yung games nila basta-basta.
It's heartbreaking losses as they take the first point here. Daryl Valenzuela has been like a tower of power here. The NCBA Wildcats.
Literally like a tower with those long arms na habol niya talaga yung mga bola ng VNS.
Pirial with this set for Alcima. Balneg.
Balneg with that off-speed shot. As good as his approach, getting that point for NCBA.
But kind of a nothing to lose attitude and everything to gain. NCBA Wildcats obviously showing it. Of course, that service error, meaning they still have to learn more. They're just gaining the experience.
After getting that point from the attack, giving up an error.
Here's Julius Chausson. Came kind of in the middle of set number 1, and he served it long.
So wide on that attack from Julius Chausson. On that serve, rather.
This is Baden Pabalate. Utupo going cross court, gets the point. It's in.
I like the sound of that ball. He loaded that one. Kasi alam niyang nakaka-block na itong NCBA na kailangan na nila ng powerful attacks.
Osina with that service. Point off the block. There was Jason Sarabia right there. Another point to celebrate here for NCBA. And James Balneg.
Two blockers for NCBA, but Sarabia was not able to control that ball para pumasok pa rin sa court ng NCBA.
Balneg, that ball is still alive. Gabotero. Tupo coming up with a block.
One-on-one, Gabotero and Utupo winning that score.
At least, you know, the rally that was put up here by NCBA Wildcats. Look at the way the recovery of that ball. And then they won the point. Gabotero.
Gabotero, just the hands of Utupo and Sarabia. Two solid blockers from VNS, pero nalusutan niya.
Got blocked earlier, made up for it. Quickly taking back the point. NCBA leading by 2, 5-3. It's Utupo once again.
NCBA is just not ready for that kind of attack from Utupo. Only one blocker from him, and that is not enough.
Packs a lot of power that time around. Ngayon pa lang yata nagsisink in to VNS. How it turned out to be close back in the first set. Sarabia. That's the way he has been doing it, as the tallest guy on the court right now.
Just taking that gift from NCBA.
Even at 5 here in the second set. And Utupo with an ace.
Now VNS taking advantage of the disoriented floor defense of NCBA right now.
2 attacks, 2 blocks, an ace for Greg Otupo. Comes Gabutero. Off speed, Sarabia trying another drop, successful again.
Another one from Sarabia. Kanina pa niya yung ginagawa and hindi talaga siya nababantayan ng NCBA.
Is lording it over against NCBA Wildcats.
I like his acting kasi lagi na isa-set niya yung bola.
Gabutero, that ball went long this time around. It's the real VNS. Have they finally shown up? An 8-5 lead going into this technical timeout.
Tatlo yun ha. Tatlong pagkakataon yun. Hihintay ko, may adjustment kayo gagawin. Wala pa rin. Nandun pa rin siya sa dulo, binabantay yung center. Tatlong beses yung ginawa. Ganun ako. Saan kasi? Diba? Hanap lang ako ng kami. Palili pa rin dito. Wala sa akin. Dapis dito, dapis mo. Bakit gusto ko rin lang?
Welcome back. Once again, Benji Santiago and Marsh Cruz. 8-5 lead here in set number 2 for VNS. The thing that they have to go through just to be able to survive set number 1. They don't want that to happen to them once more. They're trying to gain control and dictate the flow of this match. As once again, Jason Sarabia, this time with a block.
It is good that VNS activated their net defense here in the second set. And we know how these players are, Benji. In the first set, hindi talaga nila ginagawa yung kung ano yung laro nila. But right now, slowly but surely, kinukuha nila yung momentum ng game and nawawala sa NCBA.
They're losing their focus. They're down by 5. They call this timeout, NCBA Wildcats.
Gusto ko siyang pabawiin. Pwede naman on the other side, di ba? Pero dapat conscious din ako sa score. Lumalayo yung kalaban eh. Sinasakripisyo ko yung team para sa isang tao. Ganun ba talaga? Yung prinsipyo natin doon? Dapat makarecover muna yung team. Eh, hindi ko naman pinifeed yung ego ng isang player lang. Yung team ang concern ko. Di ba? Hindi na nga makapatay, bigay ka pa ng bigay. Pag binigyan ka naman sa back row, muting talino naman sa atake. May plano na kagad ako sa kumapaluin, sa crossbar, sa down the line. Paano ba talaga? Iba kung kasama sa plano mo yung pader, eh, ibang usapan na yun.
Emphatic. Wanting to prove several points. It needs to be addressed here for NCBA Wildcats.
Coach Ernesto asking for a presence of mind from NCBA because alam naman nila dapat kung anong gagawin nila pero hindi nila ginagawa. Sarabia once again guarding that net for VNS.
He has been a wall, a human wall here for VNS.
And they should take advantage of that habang nasa front line pa siya because on the next rotation, pupunta na siya sa service line and just when I said that, a service error from Otupo.
Already credited with 2 aces for Greg Otupo of VNS. This is James Balneg serving 6, serving 11. Served it long.
Balneg with that balloon serve.
They need to regroup. Something that happened to them back in the first set. They know they'll find a way here.
Very nice by Pabalete getting that regalo right away. And galing din sa kanya yung bola na yun, nabalik ng VNS. And on that time, making sure that he will get that point.
NCBA sending back Rohel to the court. And CJ Oklima, their team captain, has done a wonderful job back in the first set, especially from that area, the service area. Nidwa, NCBA.
Oh!
Sioson. They were just Alcina, just looking at each other.
Miscommunication once again from VNS that you can definitely avoid.
Regalo, Daryl Valenzuela right there, right time, right position.
And right decision for Valenzuela. Nailaglag na lang yung bola na yun sa court ng VNS because the defense was not yet ready for them.
Tupu having a tough time with that reception. Shawson goes for it. Shawson will get that point back for VNS.
Not the kind of attack that Sioson wanted, but still a point for him.
13, serving 9. Imperial goes back to the service area. An ace for Adrian Imperial.
Let us see if VNS can pull away in this set. And di na nila pahabulin itong NCBA. Another service ace from Imperial.
But you can see, I mean, the game face that VNS, they were just having so much fun back in the first set. Now it's time to regroup. Nidwa. With this attack, it goes out. And paving the way for VNS to get them into this technical timeout with this big lead. 7 points difference between these two teams as of the moment. On the final day of the preliminaries, DLSU will take an easy trip at 1 o'clock, and the Philippine Coast Guard will see action versus San Sebastian Golden Stags, and Arellano University Chiefs versus Mapua. 3 matches all for you. Same price, C for 100.
And these teams are just finishing their schedule here in the preliminary round, since we already have those teams in the quarterfinals, which is very, very exciting for the volleyball fans.
And we go back into this match here in set number 2. 1-0 lead here for VNS. Tupo from the back row did not get the ball to go over.
That was too low for Utupo. Not the timing that he wanted as well. Mababa na yung bola nung pinalo niya.
Imperial with a back set. As Shawson finishing that point for
Now,
VNS.
a nice attack from Julius Shawson. That's how he is. Back in college, ganun talaga siya pumalo.
Here's Julius Shawson after getting that point earlier. Serving to cushion the 7-point lead. Buna keeping that alive here. Balbuena. Nidwa. And the block from VNS.
Athena and Merat were there to guard their net against that attack from NCBA. And ito yung nawala talaga on the first set dito sa VNS, Benji. Hindi na sila nag-e-effort to block the net.
Oh, as it turns out, like an instant point here for VNS. 19-10. Nidwa with this set for Valenzuela. It goes in.
Valenzuela once again, a good execution from him, a good first ball for NCBA, and was able to set Valenzuela up properly.
8-point deficit here for NCBA. And Baden Pabalate serving. An ace! They never run out of surprises. I mean, you can never underestimate this NCBA Wildcats.
Sol was just right there, but he was standing up and not in the right position to get a good first ball.
Target him again. Valbuena goes cross court. Nidwa with this set. And then the block by Merat and Alcina.
Not this time, Merat and Osina not letting that ball over the net.
Substitution, VNS, 18 out, 14, Gonzalez in.
Alcina is at the service area. Earlier we saw Earl Gonzalez being fielded in. Alcina with a service error.
For NCBA, 13, serving 20.
Marasi kung kaya pang humabol nitong ni NCBA from the errors of VNS.
Darrell Valenzuela had those shining moments back in the first set. Merat, the block by NCBA.
Clear block and no coverage for NCBA. Nasol was there once again, but wasn't able to reach that ball.
Sol right there, Imperial, going Valbuena. Another block here. Gabotero was right there in the middle.
Kapag nababalik agad ng NCBA yung bola, VNS walang nasasagot, nag-freeze na lang itong defense nila.
3-point run here by NCBA Wildcats. Bring them to within 5 right now. Now it's a 4-point run here for NCBA.
Miscalculation on that part from Gonzalez. That set was not nice as well. Kaya gagawa na lang sana niya ng paraan but resulted to an error.
Let's listen in to Coach Ralph.
3-man, magiging 2-man receive. Pag wala receive, tayo makaka-atake, yun lang. Kaya magandang receive, tas atake. Okay. Kaya may opposite, Adrian ha, opposite. Go lang. Kaya natin yan.
Simple reminders. VNS, and just to prevent the continuous momentum that has been going on here for NCBA Wildcats, they have managed to come up with 4 straight points.
And for VNS, if they really want to close this set out, they can do it. But for NCBA, they are holding them back. Nabablock nila, nababalik nila yung bola, and hindi nakakasagot itong VNS.
One hand set for Merat. Try to drop. That touch on Gonzalez. Five straight points for NCBA. They call a timeout. It's still NCBA.
Sarabia
Decisive to catch up.
back in the court for VNS.
It's a combination play. Merat, quick awareness for NCBA. Oklima sets this one up. From the back row, Sarabia. Gabotero keeping it alive. Oh,
Not enough power on that underhand.
but what effort did we have seen from NCBA? 12 points and then climbing up to 17 to keep it close.
And yun yung maganda dito sa NCBA, hindi nila pinapalayo itong VNS.
They are no pushovers. NCBA Wildcats, that's what they're trying to show everybody here. That ball just went wide.
22 to 17.
Rohel, too much power on that attack, but just a few inches lang. That ball will go in.
3 points away from taking the second set here for VNS, but we just had to wait for a little while because Matthew Miguel serves it right up into the net.
A lot of unforced errors piling up for VNS.
Joe Maria Alver, right in the front row, he's back. Lloyd Cabotero, it goes out.
Cabotero sending that point back to VNS with his service error.
Timeout by NCBA.
Anong dahilan? Bakit nag-out? Hindi, sige kasi gusto ko malaman eh. Hindi ko maintindihan kung ano nangyayari sa iyo. Ano na ba naglalaro sa utak mo? Humahabol ako eh. Nagbibigay pa ako ng before. Eh, di ba? Iiling-iling ka na lang, gano'n. Paulit-ulit lang na gano'n.
As for Coach Ernesto, he just basically wanted his players to believe somehow, not lapse into a lot of errors because they have proven that they can actually come back. They gave VNS quite a scare back in the first set, Mosh.
And always kapag nag-run itong NCBA, tuloy-tuloy unless pupukok itong VNS sa palo nila. And look at that, another point for NCBA.
So preventing VNS to get them into set point. So Rohel got the point. He serves a good one here. Shawson. Off speed, Alver setting this one up for CJ Oklima.
Very nice quick play by Oklima. Now NCBA, they need to do that more often for them to get back in this game.
For the serve, McCain Rahal.
It's an opportunity. They're just within 3. Shawson with a drop. Anticipated by NCBA, especially by Oklima. And they want another point here to bring them to within 2. Now it's the turn of VNS to talk things out.
Didikit dito, wala nga tayong nag-backline dun sa dulo. Nakasiksik dito yung ano. Oh, go tayo, sayang oh. Huwag yun na pahabulin kasi mahirapan tayo. Tapusin na natin yung laban. Go, go, go. Hey, VNS!
Maybe it's turning out to be an overconfidence on the part of VNS here.
With Coach Ralph giving a lot of chance to his players to just play along and makabawi kung ano mang errors yung nagagawa nila.
Merat has been fielded back in. This is the second set, 1-0 lead for VNS. NCBA trying to fight back.
Still serving for NCBA.
Imperial sets for Sarabia.
Sarabia, nagdalawang isip pa kasi siya kung tatalo na siya or not. Fortunately, there was a touch from NCBA.
Lucky break for VNS. It has to be, let's see here.
There was a slight touch on the fingertip.
Meron nga.
Meron.
From CJ Oklima. Set point for VNS. Set number 2. Almost over. What a dig for VNS. What a set point saved here by NCBA.
Cabalete with that drop ball, smartly just putting that ball in the hole of VNS court.
Taking a look at CJ Oklima, who's just about to serve. Once again, NCBA is just within 2. Trying to get a set here against VNS.
Good save.
Merat. Here comes Shawson.
Shawson.
Getting through those blockers. And closing out the second set, Mosh.
through the hands of the blockers of NCBA. Once again, same story in the first set. Benji, umabol itong NCBA, and in the mid part of the set, gumanda yung galaw nila. But VNS opting to go for those players na gustong bigyan ng chance ni Coach Ralph.
Coach Ralph said, tapusin na natin to. But we still have set number 3 coming up. And of course, after 2 sets, 2-0 lead here for VNS, 25-22 in the second frame. And welcome to set number 3 here with VNS leading 2-0. And as it happened, another scare provided them by NCBA in the second one, Mosh.
Another close set here, VNS against NCBA. But the attacks, mas marami na itong NCBA. The blocking, konti lang yung lamang ng VNS. Pero yung service ace, doon nakalamang itong VNS. Errors, they were able to minimize both for VNS and NCBA. But VNS still very relaxed in this game. We haven't seen those powerful attacks na sunod-sunod nung nakita natin sila before against other teams. And now they need to adjust on that. This is going to be their last set if they get this set. I'm talking about VNS now. For NCBA, if they get this one, there are more chances for them to prove themselves here.
Pride is, of course, at stake here between these two teams, already out in the running. And just finishing off their assignment here. But what's so impressive here is that NCBA, their ability to fight back against, most probably a lot of people would say, more favored VNS here. Look at that. We can serve up an ace. We can also do the same thing here. NCBA Wildcats. That was Jopani Alvel coming up with that ace, and NCBA leads 2-1 right now here, set number 3. Shawson, Merat off speed. Malneg was right there. Pabalate going for it cross court. The drop by Valenzuela. All goes up. Merat. Valenzuela with those long arms. The joust here.
Look at that effort from NCBA, especially Valenzuela. Back and forth, shot to block and even to win joust.
They're fighting for every point. That's the thing about NCBA Wildcats here.
Unfortunately, net touch from Valenzuela. So sobrang pabalik-balik na niya, out of balance na siya.
Regalo. Oh, that ball is still alive. Oh, it's somehow. Wala na magawa. That's Rohel. Trying to go back row. VNS back in the lead 3-2. They lead 2-0 here. Julius Chosson came off the bench. He's still enjoying the minutes that he has here on the court. Daryl Valenzuela, we know he would wanted to redeem himself earlier after the good rally previous to this play. When he lost his balance, touched the net.
A lot of potential for this player, Valenzuela.
You know, who's quiet here actually for NCBA Wildcats? They're not getting much from Cabotero.
But the effort is there, Benji. Yung teamwork nila nandun pa rin, and the energy that they were in the first set, hindi bumababa. Unlike for VNS, kasi pababa, taas yung energy na binibigay nila dito sa game na to.
So Gaspi, off speed, tying it up at 4. The chance for NCBA to take the lead. Daryl Valenzuela. He has played a major role here for NCBA. For VNS to be challenged here. But that time, all power for Jeremy Merat.
Pobalete just gonna do anything about that anymore. A powerful and fast attack from Merat.
Comes NCBA, they go to CJ Oklima. That ball is up!
Very nice decision by Gaspi to just sending that ball back to VNS.
They're playing tough, NCBA Wildcats. Well, for some of the other teams that they have been able to encounter in this group only, they serve that right into the net. It's what they're actually most probably trying to get from all of the other teams that they have met and played against. Respect.
Definitely.
They might not have won a single game so far, but of course they earn the respect of their opponents here on Spikers turf. Imperial, Chosson, and a point off the block here.
Enough power on that attack from Sioson to get that ball off the block.
Matthew Miguel. Pabalate. Like a staring game for NCBA that time around. Technical timeout, set number 3, an 8-5 lead for VNS. Back here, NCBA Wildcats showing everybody there are no easy pushovers. They're still fighting back. They may be down right now, but they're getting a very good and impressive, actually, respect. Not just from the viewers, but also their opponents. Smerat Salabia having a tough time right there. He was running out of space.
Clear miscalculation and Sarabio's part. Gusto na lang niya sana ibalik, but it was too soft.
This is McLean Rohel. And that one went long and out.
Again, service errors from NCBA piling up in this set. And such a momentum breaker.
CJ Oklima wanting to be quick about it. Pabalate goes for it against two blockers. They get the point. So don't kid around with this NCBA Wildcats.
Pabalete keeping NCBA alive here with his powerful attacks and making sure that the blockers will get a hold of that para lumabas yung bola. If not, kaya niyang basagin yung bola. Ginagawa niya talaga ng paraan to score.
Pabalate tosses it up. Alver back to Pabalate and they score.
Once again, Pabalete scoring for NCBA, beating the blockers of VNS.
Cross court.
One blocker up for Pabalete on that one.
A chance to tie. It's within one. NCBA. Oklima. Imperial tosses it up for Merat to push. They're ready for it. NCBA. Sol right there at the back. Oh, point will go the way of NCBA, and now we're tied at 9.
Yung sipag nitong NCBA, ito yung nananalo sa kanila. Nananalo sa score, nagbibigay ng score sa kanila. While for VNS, kapag binalik agad, hindi na sila nakakagalaw.
The thing about NCBA, hindi sila nalolobat eh.
The young players, the young
Oh,
legs.
showing a lot of promise. That's a good thing going on for NCBA Wildcats, and VNS beginning to learn that about them. Imperial tosses it up high. Merat missing the line, and it's now NCBA up by 1.
Just too much power on that attack from Merat. Overcooking his attack. Kanina pa siya nagsistruggle dito for his attacks.
CJ Oklima. That's a good thing. It's like a sign for NCBA Wildcats. Every time he serves, a lot of good things happening for NCBA Wildcats. Shawson. Finally, they have awakened at the right time, most probably. But of course, VNS just tying the count at 10 here in set number 3. A 2-0 lead, though, for VNS.
Sioson, one of the most reliable players for VNS right now, as well as Sarabia. Sarabia not inside the court.
An ace for Imperial.
11 to 10 in favor of VNS. For the serve, Adrian Imperial.
Here comes the set back row attack here for NCBA Wildcats. Off the block, they get the point. And it's another one of those close sets that's happening once again, just like back in the first set.
Rohel making sure to put power on that attack so it will go out from the blockers.
Imperial. Valenzuela right there, but he missed the line.
Off timing for Valenzuela on that attack. Di siya nakaibabaw dun sa bola.
VNS. The lead is just a point. Good save here by Gaspi for NCBA. Imperial once again with this set. Matthew Miguel giving VNS a 2-point lead.
With that cross-court attack, may kasama pang swipe because of that blockers from NCBA.
Great combination play by VNS. Here comes Gaspi. See blocker Salver setting a cross score. Nobody was there.
Another miscommunication in the part of NCBA.
Lapsing into some crucial errors here for NCBA as they call this timeout.
Placing, asa ba yung libero ko? Talaga nando ba yung libero ko sa tabi ng referee? Ha? Diretso sana palo. Diretso palo. Tinawag mo ba? May plano ba talaga tayong ganon? O miscommunication, o sige, palagpasin natin. I-contest mo rin yung first ball at saka yung blocking natin doon. Dinadaan ka doon sa ibabaw. O, kailangan maunahan mo siya. Ha, gawa ng paraan na 3 lang to, ha? Go, go, go.
Yes, indeed. For NCBA, A 3-point lead means nothing. They have the ability to come back. They managed to even take over the lead several times.
And not at the point yet of giving up for Coach Ernesto.
Johnson. So they're headed in the right direction. NCBA, so they're trying to make another comeback here.
VNS giving too many points out of their errors to NCBA.
NCBA could exploit that situation here. That's all with that dig. Comes back to Miguel. Making it another 3-point lead here for VNS.
Not a solid attack, but still a good point for Miguel on that one.
J. Osina serving for VNS. Well, hell, right down the middle.
Making a way to go that through the blocker of VNS.
13 serving 15. Here's Daryl Valenzuela. Imperial. Whoa.
Miscalculation on the part of Rohel. Iwasan na sana niya thinking that will go out, but that was definitely an in.
And some breaks also going the way of VNS. NCBA just laughing it off. 16-13 VNS. Well, a tough time is what they're experiencing against the challenge of NCBA Wildcats. As we take a look at Merat, Matthew Miguel, and of course for NCBA, nothing to lose, everything to gain, but of course the respect has been established for NCBA Wildcats here.
And I like how NCBA is really treasuring these moments here in Spikers Turf. They are enjoying kahit nagkaka-error sila, but when they do like good plays or good executions, they are still celebrating.
Caspi just went wide for him. Merat. This is a loaded serve for sure.
Slowed down by the net.
And then CJ up Lima. So keeping alive their chances here.
With that kind of attack at this point of the game, you would know that NCBA has this mentality of not giving up.
And an unending source of energy.
Sarabia with that attack error, overcooking.
Caspi has been replaced by Gabutero, and we have made mention that Gabutero has been kind of quiet on this match. After his 11-point performance previous. Sioson, not exactly a good reception here for VNS. In the meantime, Rohel goes for it, gets the point, brings them to within one.
Very nice attack from Rohel and a setup for NCBA. Now for Merat, he was there pero nagdalawang isip siya kung kukunin niya or he will just let that ball go out. That is in for NCBA, an ace.
Let's listen in to Coach Ralph.
na. Ready.
Okay.
Gandang pasa lang, ha? Go lang tayo. Dapat doon ka. Oh, kasi opener ka, dapat nandun ka kung si Jeremy papalo dito.
Dumikit ka dun sa amin.
Pwede ka doon dumikit. Okay, Jeremy, you hit here. Matt will hit here. Okay, go lang tayo. One stop lang.
Sige, 1, 2, 3 sip lang, Frank.
Eh, VNS.
For VNS, most probably still trying to figure out what NCBA has been doing for them. So they lead 2 sets to nothing, but never have they experienced an easy set against NCBA in this match.
That is right. And now VNS having some troubles here in the reception. Ngay sila naman nahihirapan sa first ball, and kapag binabalik ng NCBA yung bola, hindi nila nakukuha, especially nakakapag-setup na ng maayos itong NCBA.
A chance for the lead here, McLeod Gabotero. Shoson's right there. Now Sarabia with this set for Matthew Miguel. Here comes NCBA. They go back to Rogel. Imperial. NCBA takes the lead.
That was not over for Miguel. Too low na nung pinalo niya, pababa na yung bola.
McLeod Gabotero. NCBA now leading. Imperial with a Sarabia off the block. That's the point. Tied. Set.
That is the veteran out of Sarabia. He wouldn't let NCBA to get through ng ilang points dito against him, especially nandun siya sa harap.
Greg Utupo has been sent back in by Coach Ralph. Lima, quick awareness in the park.
Oh, a
That's
net.
going to be, yes, NCBA will take the point.
Everything's just going the way of NCBA right now.
Now here's Sohel at service area. NCBA enjoying this 1-point lead.
Nova receive and a good one for
How lucky can you
VNS.
get? Nasol. Well, he received that ball. It's supposed to be a regalo. And then the staring game again for NCBA Wildcats.
Napasobra, no? Hindi na-timingan.
The joust, Imperial. Matthew Miguel. Good dig by Valmoria. Pabalate goes for it. Point off the block. NCBA takes the lead once again.
Pabalete with his specialty cross-court attack, making sure that the blockers will get a touch of that ball.
This time around, are they going to let this one slip out of their hands? They got this opportunity to get a set against VNS. Good dig by Oklima from the back row. Imperial sets this one up again. Off speed for Shoson, rather. And VNS, it's like they're the ones hanging on for dear life in this match.
Very nice effort that we're seeing here from NCBA, not letting the ball just drop on the floor.
Now here's Imperial. Serves a long one.
That was too close. Konti na lang papasok yung bola. He was targeting that line, but unsuccessful.
Germany Alver with NCBA leading by a point. 4 points away from getting a set in this match. Imperial tosses it up. Merat. A bit off timing right there for NCBA. Merat goes for it once again. And tying the score at 21 here in set number 3.
Merat just targeting zone 1 but slowed down by the blockers, and the coverage was not ready for NCBA.
Julius Shoson, an opportunity for VNS to grab back the lead in this match. At least in this set. Moria, Gabotero, Nidwa, From the back to Rogel. Nasol going to Merat. It's out. And VNS have taken back the lead here in set 3. Shawson serving again. Valenzuela.
That was a nice play for Valenzuela. Quick one because from the great reception, nasetapan na nila to si Valenzuela.
Nagabag pa rin talaga ako ng panong malakas. Ba yun? Dapat mabilis yung pick up ng cue pag may sinabing ganun gawin agad. Kasi nalalagay tayo sa alanganin. Ayaw mo kung tanguan ng tanguan, gawin mo. Hindi pa tapos to ha, isang stop lang, tapos kailangan natin ng block.
To hold off. One stop. Ajay Osina. Excuse me. Sorry.
I'm going in.
Those kind of things happen. But NCBA is turning out to be a big phenomenon here for VNS. VNS wasn't exactly expecting something like this to happen. We are at match point. Can they save match point here? VNS, yes they did.
Valenzuela getting a touch of that ball, sending it over to Sarabia, but no one.
Point here, Daniel Valenzuela with a good serve. Imperial with their set, the combination play, and Greg Otupo once again will send VNS into the second match point here.
You see, VNS, hindi nila masyado nagawa yung combination plays here in this game, but if they do, ang taas ng percentage.
Golden serve for Merat once again. Here comes Rogel with the off speed. Sarabia, that ball is over. Oklima.
Advantage on Sarabia in front together with Sioson to end this game.
Match point number 3 here. Tupo, that serve. Here comes Rogel. Still managing to hold off VNS.
NCBA still alive in this game and not giving up on those plays, not letting go of that ball.
Are they tiring out though? Playing Rogel right now. The serve to get them into set point. That's so impressive here for NCBA Wildcats. Sarabia taking them back into match point once again. Number 4 for VNS.
What a quick attack by Sarabia. Napatingin na lang dito si Pabalete.
Pwede pa ba? Imperial going to Merat.
Now solid net defense for Valenzuela and Alver on that one. Really the energy of NCBA is keeping them alive here in this game.
Let's listen in to this huddle of Coach Ralph.
2 spikers, no?
Yeah.
Ano na lang, mag-backpick ka na parang open kayo. Tapos kay, ano to? Jeremy. Go. Yes! Tamang decision making lang, oh, crucial. Hindi pa dapat tayo panalo, oh. Tara tayo, game. Go lang, tara. Gana tayo, ha?
All right. Did you expect something like this to happen here? They're playing their final assignment here in the Open Conference. NCBA surprising VNS with this opportunity to take a set. They may be down 2 sets, but they're not out of this match yet. CJ Oklima serving for the set. Utupo, Imperial, Merat! And we are going into another set on this match. Believe it or not.
What a set for NCBA. A slow start from them, but they were able to adjust and they were able to outgrow VNS in this set. Yung energy nila, yun yung bumuhay sa kanila, and that winning mindset even though they are down in 2 sets.
If you're asking for more, you just serve another one. 29-27 in set 3 for NCBA, although they're down by a set in this match. Basically, if you're going to be taking a look at the expression of the faces of NCBA, an achievement, already a feat. 29-27, and they got a set in this match, Mosh.
This is their first set won here in this conference, Benji, against VNS, and this is their last game. Now, looking at the numbers, 16 attacks, 2 blocks, 2 service aces, and just 7 errors. Definitely, mas maganda yung numbers nila compared to VNS in the third set.
A farewell match for NCBA in this conference, but of course, it leaves a lot to be talked about. They're going to be a topic in some of the conversations for those who are following men's volleyball here on Spike Coast Turf. See, what did I tell you? We never run out of surprises here.
And let us see how VNS will react on what happened in the last set.
Keep on saying NCBA has already earned the respect of a lot of the men's volleyball fans, the sport itself, for them to be raw, but basically no holding back, holding off opponents.
Valenzuela once again with that quick attack, perfect timing. Ang ganda tumiming ni Valenzuela once maganda yung first ball nitong NCBA.
And the thing about NCBA right now, having won a set, they could be re-energized, or they could be really energized here this time around. See?
A rotational error committed by VNS. Overlapping, rather, giving a point to NCBA. Now that can give more momentum to NCBA.
Thank you point for NCBA that time around. Alcina. See? Daryl Valenzuela.
No one from VNS cared to go up there and defend the net. And on the floor, wala man lang gumalaw to get that ball from Valenzuela.
3-1 lead for NCBA. This is set number 4, folks.
Four touches violation. Nahawakan ni Osina nung patalon siya yung setup dito ni Imperial.
Stand at the serve, Baden, Abanate.
4-1 na ito, Mosh. Make it 5-1 now for NCBA.
Look at that energy that NCBA is giving here in this game. Not giving up on the net defense and even the floor defense, as they are seeing VNS with no energy anymore. I don't know how VNS is gonna keep up with the energy of NCBA, because NCBA talagang nagko-communicate na sila right now and hinahabol nila lahat ng bola. Look at that effort.
Pwede pa. Utupo. And another point for NCBA. 6-1 lead. And you think NCBA is just easy to dispose of? No. Let's listen to Coach Ralph.
Trabaho tayo sa role natin. Huwag natin kakalimutan, ha? Habol tayo, 5 lang, 5. Okay, receive. Kaya yan, lakas sa loob lang. Huwag mo masyado isipin. Bumawi lang, okay? Go tayo, go, 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 go. Tara lang, tara lang. Hey, VNS, team.
Well, they found themselves in unfamiliar territory right now, and the recovery, that's the most important thing here for VNS. They have a 2-set-to-1 lead. Yes, NCBA was able to take a set in this match, and they're leading 6-1 here in set 4.
And VNS has been very consistent with their level of energy in this game. Nung first set, Benji, ganito rin yung energy nila, like how they move their transitions, ganito rin. And we are now in the 4th set, pero hindi pa rin sila nakakapag-adjust on how they move inside the court.
And believe it or not, we're in a rally here. And this time, NCBA, their momentum broken by that point by VNS.
Merat finally getting a point out of his attack.
2 serving 6. Alcina. Almorio is right there. Here comes Valenzuela. Has been outstanding here for NCBA Wildcats.
Valenzuela, ang ganda ng start niya dito sa 4th set, or for NCBA earlier. It was Pabalete, but right now Valenzuela keeping this team alive.
7-2 lead for NCBA Wildcats. Sarabia. Imperial back to Sarabia. Oh, great dig here for NCBA. And they get another point here, courtesy of Gabotero.
Gabotero through the block of VNS. Look at that score, Benji.
VNS needing to call another timeout here. They're down. So we go into this technical timeout, an 8-2 lead here for NCBA. All right, welcome back and taking a look at the final day, the final schedule for the preliminaries. DLSU versus EC Trip. Then Coast Guard takes on San Sebastian Golden Stags and Arellano versus Mapua. Those 3 matches will end the preliminaries. And of course, what's ahead? The exciting quarterfinals. We're looking forward to it. We know you are too. Unbelievable here. Are you enjoying this one, folks? NCBA, they took the 3rd set, and that was thrilling. Here in the 4th set, they lead. VNS, they're the ones who are trying to fight back now. It's a totally different role for these 2 teams going up against each other. The favored VNS is being challenged here by the underdogs NCBA Wildcats.
Good net defense on VNS on that one, and Sarabia was there, but a net touch violation committed by him, giving a point to NCBA. Now all the breaks that NCBA needs, they're getting it.
And let me correct myself. You can't call NCBA Wildcats underdogs.
especially in this game.
Alver, on a drop.
Alver, right decision and right position to get that point for NCBA.
Well, it's like saying, give them an inch, and they'll tear off the whole arm.
Definitely the momentum is on the side of NCBA. Now, Jewel Asia inside the court of VNS. Let us see the difference that he can make.
Shawson, Sarabia tosses it up for Utupo. Alvel, the ability of NCBA to keep the ball alive in play. Those digs. Rogel, ball is still alive. Utupo. What a dig again from the back row for NCBA. We got a great rally going on, folks. Then the drop. And Sarabia getting the point finally for VNS. Took a lot of effort here for VNS.
Veteran mentality won that point over that energy and effort from NCBA.
Unbelievable here, the performance of NCBA. VNS. All right, Jocelyn.
With that power tip, let us see if VNS can get that momentum back from NCBA. 2 straight points from them.
Just breathing now is Greg Utupo. Was probably just expected this is going to be a 3-setter. No, think again. Jewel Asia to get that point for VNS. They're the ones who are playing catch up now.
1-2 attack from Jewel Asia.
Almorio going cross court to Rogel.
Rogel still with that kind of attack, killing the defense of VNS.
11-6 lead for NCBA Wildcats here. Well, for NCBA, most probably they're thinking, this is the first time we've gotten ourselves into this position here. A 4-set performance is what we're seeing from them right now. They might be running out of breath. Shawson, VNS, they're the ones who are trying to make a comeback here. Sarabia. Rogel, Morio. Get that ball up. The joust. Oklima is right there for NCBA. And this one is a point that's going to go NCBA's way.
Through the hands of the blockers of VNS. NCBA getting a point out of that. And they are still alive, Benji. No signs of losing hope dito for VNS. The same kind of energy, the same kind of place. Now for VNS, iba naman yung mood na nakikita natin sa kanila.
Obviously, an exhausted Rogel was replaced here. Here's Shawson, nakabitin.
Miscalculation on that part. Masyadong mataas yung set dito ni Jewel Asia kay Shawson.
They're seeing that opportunity to most probably, who knows? Try to grab a win here. Not for a while. Hold your bets, folks.
That point will go to VNS. No touch from Asia and Merat on that one.
Ball goes out. Point for VNS. 8-13.
Jewel Asia, the team captain of VNS.
Serving team captain, Jewel
8 serving 13. Alver with a set to Valenzuela. Good dig by Nasol. Shawson is right there. The blockers doing their thing for NCBA.
That is what's missing here for VNS because the net defense of NCBA is definitely activated. Now, kung nabablock nila, no coverage naman for VNS. Hindi na nila nakukuha yung bola.
Alver serves a good one with 2 pole. Here comes Merat. Ball goes over for NCBA. Jewel Asia. Once again, Merat.
Now, Merat exploding on that attack, making sure na hindi na siya mabablock, hindi na mababalik yung bola.
It's now the turn of Julius Chausson. 9 serving 14. 2-1 lead for VNS.
Look at that effort from NCBA. Kahit ang layo-layo na ng bola, they would run up to the ball, they would dive to get that. And as a coach, you would want to see your players with that kind of effort.
Adrenaline fueled na rin ng NCBA. They want a set. Kung that continue, di ba?
Really, the errors of VNS. They're giving away too many points here for NCBA.
Juwalacia setting that one up very well for Alcina. Rohel, just a little breather earlier and he's back. RJ Alcina, VNS within 4. Alver, Rohel is right there. Ball is still in play. Utupo going for it.
That was not over for Utupo. It was too low nung pinalo niya yung bola.
Technical timeout, set number 4. NCBA leads VNS. Looky here. It's NCBA with the lead. And trying to tie this match. They have that opportunity. They lead by 5 against VNS. This is set number 4. Now Sol, Jewel Asia, Merat. And that's the point that will go VNS way.
Merat off the block, and let us see if NCBA can sustain what they have to get this lead. Now for VNS, kailangan nilang baguhin kung paano sila gumalaw and get back to that organized volleyball plays.
Playtime is over. Game time is on. Alvel sets this one up. And Rohel gets the point for NCBA.
Down the line, Rohel, and no one was there for VNS. Ang bilis ng bola niya. Di na nakareact itong VNS.
The smiles have vanished on the faces of VNS players on the court right now. Lessening their errors, NCBA, Utupo caught the line.
Very nice decision by Utupo, just placing that ball on zone 1.
Was in an awkward position, but managed to get the point. And as he struggles to go back to the bench. They never expected this to be taking longer than they expected, really.
Too soft on that drop ball from NCBA. Now a 4 touches violation committed by them.
It's Domago. It's been quiet, this match for VNS.
Ngayon lang siya ulit binalik dito ni Coach Ralph as well as Joel Asia.
Good save here by NCBA. Sarabia finishing that point.
See, that was a different VNS, that play. A good one, good setup from Asia.
It's like a statement point there for Sarabia and the rest of VNS. They're within 2. Alvel. Rohel just can't get the ball to go over.
VNS getting their rhythm back. Kailangan lang pala dito si Jewel Asia, si Sarabia, and si Dumago.
NCBA's turn to talk things out.
Pero kailangan mo makatangay ng blocker. Mawawala yung trust ng blocker sa atake mo kasi hindi mo ina-atake. O tignan mo yung huling nangyari, dalawa sumalubong dito. Kasi alam na pag binigay sa'yo, hindi na-drop mo yung bola. Hindi ko binabantayan. Kaya kailangan mo umatake. Hindi mo ako, eh umatake ka. Itaas mo yung level ng laro mo.
Well, it's like a vehicle that's almost running out of fuel in an unfamiliar location. You just need to be recharged, refueled, and off you go once again. NCBA Wildcats just hanging on to this 1-point lead. That's what I'm talking about. For reminders, it's part of the refueling that NCBA needed from their coach.
Definitely Oklima with that quick play. Masyadong mabilis.
Here we go with Rohel serving. Jewel Asia, the combination, Shawson. And Moria was right there for the dig.
Better defense for VNS.
Shawson, Asia, back to Shawson on Morio. How about those digs from NCBA Wildcats?
Attack from Asia.
Joel Asia wasn't really aware. He thought, tapos na, patay na yung bola. No! You have another thing going. Presence of mind. They're losing their focus and concentration. They might have gotten the point. They were just lucky during that time. The opportunity to tie here.
Very well read by Osina.
So VNS have finally tied this set at 18. Sarabia, Oklima, Alver trying to be quick about it. Jewel Asia also wanting to do the same thing. But NCBA Wildcats, they're not at all that tame entering this match against VNS. They're seizing every opportunity. They know there's that opportunity.
Merat was on the right position, pero hindi siya masyadong nakababa to get that ball.
Jewel Asia with a drop. Ball goes over here for NCBA. Asia, this time is Shawson. And it's close.
VNS, ginagawa na ng paraan, like a lot of ways, attacks, drop balls. Because the deep floor defense of NCBA is getting stronger and stronger.
19 even. Set number 4. With the lead here for VNS. There they are, up by a point now.
Miscalculation on that part from Valenzuela. Nauna siya dun sa bola.
This is set up for Rohel. Did not get the line. Now it's a 2-point lead for VNS. The smiles are back in their faces here for VNS. Alver with his set. Valenzuela tried the drop. Shawson was there. Merat.
There was a touch from the blockers of NCBA. Now point will go to VNS. Na unti-unti na ulit nakuha ng VNS yung laro nila and the momentum.
The sight of the finish line. So near and yet so far. Daryl Valenzuela. The ability of NCBA to just say, wait for us.
Wait a minute, I can do one more. Valenzuela making a statement here in this game.
Ayaw magpaiwan. Malaysia sets this one up for Merat. All in the middle. The kill.
An automatic point whenever Merat is set up that way. No perfect timing, and now he put on that load and speed.
Maybe another last-ditch effort here for NCBA.
Diyan ko lang yung quicker, hindi naman ako babanatan. Dasan ba yung mga porsyentong atake nila, di ba? Yung mga gilid. O bakit nagpapakagat ka na naman doon sa setter? Pag ginanon ng setter, talong ka na rin kagad. Basa-basa pag may time, ha? O, di ba? Yeah, kasi naiiwan mag-isa yung mga wing spiker nila. Kaya lalaki. Hindi natin pwedeng single block lang yun. Isang magandang pasa lang, tapos laruin natin ulit yung depensa nilalaro nyo kanina. Go, go, go.
Hanging in there for NCBA. For VNS, can we finish this?
They would want to end this game right now in this set.
Julius Shosson. Almorian's right there. Nidwa. Here comes the rally. Valenzuela, good dig by Jubal Asia here. Dumago going back well. Almorio. So keeping that ball alive and in play. Asia, the combination. That's Dumago. It's at match point.
That combination play has a very high percentage for VNS. Dumago with that kill. No more blockers for Dumago on that one. Yun yung sinabi kanina ni Coach Ernesto na kumakagat agad yung blockers niya.
Like this is match point number 6. That's that block. The ball is up. NCBA still fighting back. Almorio. The digs. The saves. Asia. Dumago. That's what I'm talking about. We got a great rally here. Who's going to finish up with a point?
Oh, that will go out for Merat. Once again, the floor defense of NCBA showing up in that rally.
The renewed energy. They're covering all spots and places on the floor. Match point saved by NCBA. Dumago. Jewel Asia. Dumago once again going cross-court. That's all over.
Now,
finally.
Power angle for Dumago to end this game. Naging 4 sets pa itong game natin. Benji, we did not expect that. But kudos to NCBA for playing that way, for not giving up on their plays and the attacks of VNS. VNS ang tagal rin nakapag-adjust, but they were able to finish this. And this is their last game both for VNS and NCBA. I hope both teams enjoyed this one.
VNS winning 3-1. A conversation with the best player right after this break. All right, once again, 3-1 victory here for VNS. They have managed to finally do it the longer way, the harder way. And of course, a great effort there for NCBA Wildcats. Somehow this has turned out to be, well, Jason Sarabia is the best player of the game with 16 attacks and 4 blocks. He has done it at the onset of this match and maintained that kind of an energy for VNS Wildcats. What I said again, took longer and harder somehow for VNS. But coming up with that victory, most probably they shared that same feeling for NCBA Wildcats. The achievement that they managed to have to win a set in this match, Mosh.
This has been a good conference for VNS. While for NCBA, all they had to do was to enjoy every game here in this conference, especially going up against a lot of stronger opponents. And this can be the experience that they would carry on for the rest of their lives. Now for VNS, they took things quite a little slow in the first set and as well as in a couple of sets. Pero nakakapag-adjust itong VNS in the middle of the set. And the first set, look, 14 attacks for VNS, 4 blocks, 4 aces, and 8 errors.
That turned out to be survival on the part of VNS. An extended set, yes, in the first frame. And then the second set came. There was a lot of tough times here for NCBA Wildcats. They're raw, but they're showing a lot of promise here. They never gave up. It's just that VNS just outplayed them in the second set. And you think this would be easy for VNS as they took set number 2, 25-22. There was still that tough challenge provided by NCBA Wildcats. Well, in set number 3, it's a totally different story. They were off to a hot start here. NCBA Wildcats, it's like basically no looking back. There were a lot of those efforts on the part of VNS to try to get back. They're the ones who are actually trying to survive the set number 3.
But the difference for NCBA in this set was their floor defense and as well as their net defense dahil nagsimula na nilang basahin yung mga atake nitong VNS. And nakukuha na nila kahit yung mahirap na pagbalik ng bola ng VNS.
Well, they have been able to come up with a certain level of energy that they needed to go up, and finally Cristomago says, enough is enough, I want to go home. 3-1 victory here for VNS, and the other significant numbers here, Mosh.
Look at the service aces of VNS, 14 and
assignments for the last day of the preliminaries. Eco Oil DLSU versus EC Trip at 1, Philippine Coast Guard versus San Sebastian, and then Arellano versus Mapua University. We are One Sports. For Mosh Cruz, my name is Benji Santiago. Thank you very much for watching. That's the ball game, and we'll see you at another one real soon.